I'm Gary Wojcik, New Holland's brand marketing manager for hay and forage crop preparation products. I'm excited to introduce to you the new Durabine heads from the North American hay and forage market leader, New Holland. Durabine gets its roots from disbine. Disbine signifies proven performance in cutting and conditioning crop for many, many years. These Durabine heads were designed for commercial operators or producers with high capacity demands. The Durabine 416 is a full 16-foot 1-inch cut. The Durabine 419 is an industry-leading largest head 19-foot 4-inch cut. You notice some styling. We have new shielding, and the top is a more smooth, clean surface. It's actually raised from prior designs, which actually have some performance advantages we'll talk about later. We listened to the customers when we were designing Durabine heads. They wanted a more durable head, clean cutting, and high performance. So that's what we've done in designing the new Durabine heads from New Holland. So what I'd like to do now is walk through each one of those customer attributes and explain what makes up durability, clean cutting, and high performance. When designing the Durabine heads, we listened to our customers. They wanted a durable head. So we designed it with a very robust frame for high-speed cutting on rough fields day in and day out. And we did little things that are big things, like underneath the opening shield, we have a plastic liner that keeps the rocks from making a dent in the top, which takes away resale value. We made frame structure that's more robust. We have the Momax 2 big disc cutter bar that has larger components throughout, and the modules are mounted to the main frame of the head, bolted directly to the frame, so it's more rigid and more durable. There's a crop flow auger in here, and that's key to crop flow, and we made it with thicker flighting. And there's braces on the back side so we can handle that heavy, high-volume crop. Part of the durability of the Durabine heads is the drive system. And I'll open up the shield here, and you'll see that it opens up fairly easy with a gas-charged shock getting into the drives. And they're heavy-duty drives that are shared between the 19 and the 16-foot heads, enough to drive day in and day out in the highest capacity crop that you can find. So durability is designed in, coming right from the customer through to the final design of the Durabine disc head from New Holland. The next customer attribute I want to discuss is clean cutting. It comes from the new Momax 2 big disc cutter bar. It's not only heavy duty, but it cuts clean and has optimized crop flow over the cutter bar. It has large 24-inch diameter big discs with lower profile, and all the discs are counter-rotating. And that's proven to cut cleaner in all conditions. It also cuts lower at a flatter attack angle, which takes less power. That's proven to be the ultimate in performance in the field, to cut low with less lean, takes less power, takes less fuel, cuts cleaner. We also depend on a crop flow auger in behind to scavenge the bar, and we'll talk about that in a little bit about crop flow. But the crop flow auger is a key component to make it cut clean as well. The next key customer attribute of the Durabine heads is productivity, and that's derived from efficiency in crop flow and capacity to flow even the biggest tonnage crop. So let's start with the design here. I mentioned earlier about a higher hood design. It's got a cleaner look, but it has more room for the air to escape and less interruption of the crop as it is engaged by the knives. Also, the curtain is out farther than prior designs, which again has less interruption of the crop back where it needs to be cut, back in there. It allows the small crop to spring back up and so on. So that's one area of crop flow, is starting with that. The next is the Momax 2 big disc cutter bar, which has a lower profile disc and also uses 18-degree knives, which tend to pull on the crop to get it stood up a little better, but also it propels the crop back over the low profile disc into the auger area. Now the auger is the key to this performance. It's called the crop flow auger, and what it does is scavenges the crop from the cutter bar, and it allows us to counter-rotate the disc. We don't have to depend on the disc, as in some other designs, co-rotating to move crop around. We do not depend on the discs to move the crop into position to feed into the conditioning system. We allow the crop flow auger to scavenge the bar, move the crop over, transition it to the conditioning system, and then distribute it evenly into the conditioning system for a consistent, evenly distributed windrow for fast dry down. So the crop flow auger is the key to the performance of this head. What we're talking about here is how do you handle that high tonnage crop as efficiently as possible. And that's done through all the things I just talked about. So the Durabine heads are truly a high performance head for the operator who demands and pushes his machine day in and day out for maximum capacity. So there you have it. That's the new Durabine head from New Holland. It's the latest design in SP windrower disc heads, designed for the customer who pushes every minute of every day, demanding clean cutting, durability, and efficiency. Take it to the max with Momax 2.